Hey, I'm Alex.
And I'm Tiki.
And we're going to drink some beer today.
Yep.
We went to Total Wine. We just looked through the individual cans, and I don't know what we got here. I think they're all IPAs.
Yeah, actually, I believe so. I know this is an IPA, this is IPA.
This is a juicy ale.
Yeah, they're all IPAs.
All right. So this is our first beer video. I hate beer.
And I actually love it a lot.
So
I'll drink pretty much any beer.
which is good because
at least once.
You're probably going to end up drinking some of mine.
Fair enough.
These are 12-ounce cans. I can work my way through 16 ounces of beer, 4 ounces at a time. That math doesn't check out.
No, that does not.
6 ounces at a time. So let's drink some beer.
Yes, indeed. Let's do it.
What should we start out with? Should we go we'll start with this one.
All right, Lil Squeezy.
I don't know if Lil Squeezy is the brand or...
No, Deschutes is the brand.
Okay, you know how to pronounce it. I did not. I was going to say like Deutsches.
Deschutes.
But anyway, we got Lil Squeezy Juicy Ale.
By Deschutes.
What? We haven't even drank yet.
Oh, man.
First drink of the day right here. All right.
Cool.
Lil Squeezy. I'll just do this. Oh, look at that.
Nice.
That looks like a beer.
Oh, man.
Let's get that pour again.
I'm not as much of a savant as I feel like I should be for this.
So
I feel like I should be talking about, like, you know, how much foam is at the top and...
Well, I can tell you this.
that.
This can is conditioned for quality. Let's read what's on the can here. Live yeast added to the can allows this beer to age gracefully and stay fresher longer. This beer was fermented from grains containing gluten and crafted to remove gluten. The gluten content of this beer cannot be verified, and this product may contain gluten. I can speak.
Fair enough. Yeah.
For a second, I thought it was
hard.
gluten-free, but they just removed it. So, all right. It's a 5%. It's a 40 IBU. Mm-hmm. What does that mean?
The higher the IBU, the more hoppy it is, which I feel like a lot of people don't really like it when it's super hoppy.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a little bit more light tasting if it's lower IBU. But if it's higher, then you're going to really taste the actual hops.
So where would you say 40 is?
I kind of like.
Is 40 lower or higher?
40 is lower.
Okay, yeah. And
a lot of IPAs are around like 75 to maybe 90. And
Gotcha.
then double IPAs are usually I think over 100 or something.
Makes sense.
Around there. I'm not an expert.
Fact check that in post. Or don't. But yeah. Other than that, the can is pretty basic. I don't know what that is, really. Some sort of a plant they're juicing.
That's a hop.
That's a hop?
Yes.
All right, that's why you're here.
That's why it's called Lil Squeezy. They're squeezing the hops.
Makes sense. Other than that, they pretty much just say, refreshingly juicy, effortlessly drinkable, freshly squeezed, no fruit was harmed in the making of this beer. So,
awesome.
Yeah, and I know we're using whiskey glasses for beer. The beer glasses haven't showed up yet.
Yep.
Next episode we'll have them. So anyway, all I smell is beer, so let's cheers and drink this.
Just the smell of it. I've had one of their IPAs. What is it? The fresh squeezed IPA? Freshly squeezed. Yes. This smells a lot like that.
It reminds me of wine almost.
Oh, yeah. Oh, just a tiny bit.
Like
I understand what you're saying.
Like a white wine. And then you taste it and it tastes like beer.
Yeah, it is kind of juicy. It's a little fruity tasting.
I'm going to try and come up with
nice.
some tasting notes that aren't just it's beer.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's not, well, you not being a beer drinker,
No, please continue. Continue, because I'm just getting tasting notes of beer.
Yeah.
And there's hints of beer. So no, please go on to say what you were going to say while I try and come up with some descriptive words here.
Yeah, it's not overly hoppy, so I feel like this would be kind of a nice beer to try an IPA if you haven't tried one, maybe. Yeah, it's a little fruity. It's juicy. It almost reminds me a tiny bit of some hazy IPAs that I've had.
Okay. So
take that for what it's worth. But yeah, no, this isn't overly hoppy. It's good. It's a lighter IPA.
This is why you're here, because it's beer. I will say this. It's not as bad as some beer that I've had. I don't know if I'm just getting used to the taste, but my experience with beer has pretty much been, I'll take a first sip. I'll be like, it's not okay. Or it's not bad.
It's not okay.
No, about to where I am right now, that's where it starts to not be okay. Like it just accumulates and gets worse. Like I don't know. It's beer.
Are you struggling there, Vic Stab?
I'm going to slam this, and then we're going to move on. I don't want to slam it.
Fair enough.
Cheers. cleanse this palate here. Great. So 1 beer down.
Yep.
3 to go.
He made it through one.
We're just going to go down the line here. Next up is the Evil Twin Brewing Molotov Cocktail.
That sounds fun.
This one is Imperial India Pale Ale with mango and orange added.
Okay.
The Surgeon General says it's birth defects and shit.
Yes,
but here's...
always be careful when drinking.
Okay, so we just drank a 5%.
Yep.
This bad boy is a 12%.
Oh, yes. Let's go.
Despite the crudeness, it is tricky to make an effective Molotov cocktail. Despite the unruly nature of the Rebel, it is very tricky to resist accepted conventions. Molotov cocktail is a tour de force in hoppiness, it's a spark for action, and by far one of the most anti-authoritative beers ever made by the Evil Twins Brewing Company.
Sweet. I'm excited for that.
It sounds strong in your face, and I'm gonna hate it.
Yeah, you probably are if you didn't like the last one.
Sometimes I actually like stronger beers. I don't know what it is. Light shit, I'm like, it's what it is. But even with the stronger beers, I end up doing the same thing where...
Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, fancy. But look at that, you made a little mess. That's not bad.
It's not an episode if I don't spill something.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, cheers.
Cheers. Okay. Yeah, this is a stronger one. I've had one kind of similar to this before. Oh, uh-oh. Not sitting well.
Yo.
Yeah, I knew you probably wouldn't like this one.
I don't even know if I can just, chug this. Should we bust out the beer bong episode 1? Because I think that's the only way I can force that down.
Oh, jeez. It is very strong. It's one of the stronger beers that I've had. Mm-hmm. I can taste a little bit, like they said, what was it, mango and orange? Yeah, I can taste that a little bit, but because it's so strong, it's not a whole lot. You just have to kind of embrace the alcohol.
I'm trying to speak, and speaking is just bringing the flavor back, and it's not a good time. Do you want to finish that? Can you finish yours? Should I just get more glasses?
This one is pretty strong.
All things considered, I didn't fuck up too terribly there. I fucked up pretty bad, and more...
He had to pour his out, but that's okay. Or actually, he poured it back into the can. Probably from you later.
If you want it.
But yeah, it's a bit of an acquired taste because it is so strong. And yeah, it's very bold. So probably not a lot of people will like this. I wouldn't casually drink this. Almost spilled there somehow. But I wouldn't casually drink this. I would maybe have this if I wanted to sip and enjoy the beer, but not at a party necessarily or something like that.
Yeah, just something after dinner where you just you're gonna be an hour to drink this beer.
Yeah, it almost kind of like thinking about scotch or something. You know how you sit down with scotch and you read a book, be all sophisticated. And
every 40 pages you'll take a sip.
Yeah, exactly. But beer.
Yeah. It makes sense. I feel like there's alcohol of all different types that you can do that with. You got your sipping drinks, you got your chugging drinks, you got your butt chugging drinks. Don't do that.
Have you ever butt chugged?
I have not.
Okay,
because
good.
I'm not trying to die from alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
It's a sipping beer.
Yes, it is much so a sipping beer. And that was the Molotov Cocktail by Evil Twin Brewing.
Honestly, it kind of reminded me of a Molotov cocktail with how it tasted. I could see that. Moving right along to beer number 3.
Yep.
We are, what is this? Luponic Distortion?
Luponic Distortion.
Here, you do
love
the
name of that. Luponic Distortion. IPA series number 13 by Firestone Walker Brewing Company. It says that it's got hints of pina colada, key lime, and nectarine, which is very interesting. I don't think I've really seen that before.
Yeah, I like all of those. What's our percentage at?
Our percentage is 5.9%. A lot more bearable for you.
Yeah, definitely. I might be able to choke that one down.
Flavors through hops. Only other thing it really says is keep cold and drink fresh.
Well,
fair enough.
We shouldn't keep it waiting, should we? We should pour this out and fucking try and drink it. Look at that head. This shit is foamy. And
yeah,
gold.
Wow.
Okay, that's a 60-40, 60 foam, 40 beer. But
granted, we're probably not pouring it super well.
No, you're supposed to tilt the glass and also the shape of it, and even there.
Yeah, the ergonomics.
Even there, you've got a big difference between mine and yours.
Yeah, yours has a much bigger head.
Yeah, it does. All right, let's. It's very pale looking, very.
Yeah, this
very
looks a little more if you were to find a picture of a beer on clip art
This is your generic
This
beer.
is what you would find.
I'm picking up hints of beer.
Ooh, that's interesting. I actually do smell the pina colada a little bit.
What are your thoughts?
Oh, that's not what I expected. That's a lot sweeter than I was expecting.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. With hints of key lime and nectarine, I would expect something sweet.
Yeah, no, I can for sure taste the lime and a little bit of that pina colada flavor.
Have you ever actually had a pina colada?
I think once.
I've never had a pina colada. I don't remember what's in it, so I don't know what flavors to be looking for.
Coconut is a big one, I think.
Coconut.
Yeah. This is actually rather refreshing for me.
For
Maybe
me,
not for you.
It's quite drinkable. I don't particularly want this, but I can drink
you could
it.
get through it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not like the Molotov cocktail where I'm one and done as far as just sips are concerned. Like this, that's not a problem to finish.
Yeah, and this one's actually a little bit creamy, like feeling.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure the head is, sorry, I've got a lot of flavors going on in my mouth. None of which are very, I don't want them. It's beer. Tastes like beer.
Yeah, no, this is a sweet, drinkable beer to me. To me, it's like a tropical beer. It's kind of nice. I haven't really had one like that before.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily buy it.
But you can handle it.
I can drink it. If my options are this or like red wine, I'd go with this.
Fair enough.
I like sweet drinks. I like very sweet drinks. And that's the Luponic Distortion.
By Firestone.
Good tires, good beer.
No, it's not actually. It's Firestone Walker. But, you know.
Yeah, the same diff.
Firestone. Good tires, good beer.
Okay, moving on to the last beer. We've got
21st Amendment Brewing. We got Brew Free or Die. I love that.
Brew Free or Die.
We got the Blood Orange IPA. India Pale Ale brewed with blood oranges, natural flavor.
Sounds good to me.
This one is 7% alcohol and 70 IBUs.
Okay, so a little more hoppy than the first one.
Yes,
But,
indeed.
you know, blood orange. It might be good. I hope it tastes like orange. I'm going to be disappointed.
Go ahead and do the honors.
Absolutely. So, pretty foamy, just like the last one.
Yeah, this one's a little bit darker in color.
That was a perfect pour.
Yeah, that was.
That filled that glass very well.
That was impressive.
Cheers. Also,
Oh, I smell the orange already.
it smells like orange.
Oh, yeah.
It smells like orange and tastes like beer. Although I will say, I definitely taste the orange. Like,
Yeah.
this isn't bad. I don't know if I'd qualify it as good yet. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was basically just going to kind of reiterate, you can really taste the orange. It's quite nice.
I gotta say, out of all of these that we've tried so far, this one is my favorite. I'm not saying that I would go buy it again, but like, you know, it's not bad. Like, I'm not complaining drinking this.
If you were given this at a party, would you drink it?
I could choke down half of it.
Okay, fair enough. I'll take it.
I'm noticing a trend where the more I drink the beer, the less I want the beer. My mouth tastes like hops. It's not a good time.
I think it's a great time. This one is very nice. It's a little bit smoother. It's so kind of like smoothness. I would probably say that the Molotov cocktail was the least smooth. Obviously, most alcohol makes sense. Then after that was probably the Deschutes, the Lil Squeezy.
Lil Squeezy.
Little Squeezy.
Still my favorite. Just for name alone.
Yeah. And then actually this one, the Blood Orange, would be next. And the smoothest, I think, was this Firestone Walker. The Luponic Distortion.
Okay.
Still love that name.
We didn't do any research on any of the beers that we bought. We basically looked at them and we're just like, that looks interesting.
Yeah.
I was really hoping we'd say it at the same time.
Yeah.
But it's great. Spent $25 on 10 cans of beer. Some of them were 12s like these. Next episode, we're going to bring you some 16-ounce cans.
Oh, yeah. One of them I'm really excited for. I hope it's good.
Which one was that? Was that the superhero one or did we...
No, that was the other one. The brown note.
It's a hell of
I'm
a can.
excited for that.
Yeah. You know, I realized I never rated them in order. You did. I was just recoiling
I did
from the
for how
alcohol.
smooth they were to drink.
Yeah, if I had to rate them, number 1 would be the Blood Orange. Number 2 would be the first one.
A little squeezy.
Lil Squeezy. Number 3 would be this, and this isn't on the list. If it was an empty can, I would have thrown it, but I put my beer back in there. That's where we're at. On that note, if you got nothing else and I got nothing else, we're done. Thanks for watching. I had more here. Oh yeah, join us next time for we're doing something else, or we're doing something the same.
Maybe.
You'll find out, and so will we.
Yeah.